Stoughton itself is a town of about 12,000 people, and we have just slightly over 3,000 kids here in the district. The radios we had been using historically were old and using a little bit of an older technology.
When we were just trying to communicate back to central office real time, we were not able to do that.
We had a student at an elementary school that brought an item in for show and tell. The item actually broke and had a substance in the jar that we just weren't aware of what it was.
So we made a decision to evacuate our building in the safety of the students and staff, and nobody was able to really communicate from our evacuation site to our building, so it was lots of cell phones and everybody calling each other back and forth, not getting that signal through because everybody's trying to call everybody at the same time.
I supervise 30 employees, and each employee has a radio assigned to them. There are 3 night employees in this building, and we had an emergency with one of them, and I needed to get a hold of all 3 of them. The clarity on our old radios was poor. Sometimes you couldn't understand them, sometimes it was muffled, sometimes you couldn't reach them. We had a big frustration, and it needed to be solved.
When you make a decision to go with a certain brand or a certain company, 1, you have to know they're going to be around for a while, and 2, you have to know that the people you're working with are going to be there to support you at time of need.
Motorola was great to work with in that they were willing to meet with us. They helped take the time to understand what our needs were.
We have the MOTOTRBO Linked Capacity Plus that allows us to connect to our fiber-optic network and use our current infrastructure that we already had.
We can not only correct a problem, but we can sometimes prevent a problem because it's that instantaneous communication.
When I inventoried the old radio system, I would say 75% of the radios had some type of defect on them, whether it be a cracked housing, a busted off knob, a cracked antenna, you name it. But we've had 0 problems in the first 1.5 years with these radios at all as far as durability.
In my role and function, I need to communicate on multiple levels. One of the benefits that we have with our current system now is they're on multiple channels. If it's all on one channel, very, very difficult to understand who's communicating to who.
Long-term battery life was very important to us. That also drives down our costs.
Safety and security of our students is our #1 priority.
The kinds of things that have happened over the last 10 to 15 years in schools, it's really pressed on the need to improve safety, security, and along with that comes improved communication.